All right, guys, so today we're going to take a look at my EDC, my everyday carry for summer 2025. Now, with summertime, you guys know it's hot, it's humid. I like to keep my EDC for summertime pretty minimal. So all these accessories are going to be minimal, but some of them do serve multiple functions, and we'll take a look at all that. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, we all know that I'm an iPhone user. I have done some Android content. I still have an S25 Ultra, but I'm predominantly an iPhone user. So my EDC phone, the phone that I carry every day, is going to be the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So all of my ecosystem, my iPhone, I have the iPad, I have the MacBook, I do all my editing on that, all my work. So I'm very much involved into that ecosystem. Got the AirPods Max, all that fun stuff. Enough rambling about that though, but yeah, Apple is kind of my thing. So the iPhone 16 Pro Max has been my go-to phone for the most part. I do everything on there and I really like it. I'm an iOS fan. So that's gonna be the phone. Now I know you guys are wondering, hey B, what's the case on your phone? What are you using? What case? I know you're an accessory channel. What case are you going to use? So the case that I've been using is actually the Banks Armor Pro Aurora, and Banks was kind enough to sponsor today's video. So let me tell you about that. Now, this is going to be that Armor Pro Aurora. Now, it's going to be a full coverage aramid fiber case. You're going to get your metal camera ring right here, as well as some very nice metal clicky buttons. It's going to have really, really good MagSafe, and of course, you know we have to have that camera control button. And one thing about Banks camera control button is this thing works flawlessly. I have had zero issues when it comes to that. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Let's take a picture of ourselves here. There we go. Everything is looking good. And I've had absolutely no problems when it comes to this camera control button. It's very, very responsive, super comfortable to click, has zero issues, no hiccups. It works just like Apple's camera control button, which is a lot to say. There's only a few other companies out there that have managed to get such a great camera control button, and Banks is absolutely one of those. So you're going to get that Aurora, which is inspired by the Northern Lights. It's going to have a very nice texture on here. Let's listen to that. Nice texture, and that does go all the way around. The metal clicky buttons, nice clicky buttons. They do protrude out a decent bit. Of course, on the bottom, you are going to get a nice wide open USB Type-C port, and you're going to get dot cutouts for all your speakers, but they are going to be accurate cutouts there. And of course, you can bring over a charging cable, make sure that that all works, and you have a nice open USB Type-C port, so all of your thicker head cables will fit in there with no issues. Going to get that nice protection going all the way around. Now, the price on this case is going to be $56.99, but I do have a discount code. It is listed right here, as well as the first link down in the description below. Use code Brian15 to save 15% off of your entire purchase on Banks' website. Of course, you can also find them on Amazon. Now, to go along with the Banks Armor Pro Aurora, we have their MagSafe wallet. This is going to be the Banks Armor Go magnetic wallet stand. So as you see, it matches perfectly with the Aurora. I do actually currently have my cards in here. I have been using this for the last few weeks, and I've actually really liked it, especially just like I said, minimal EDC. I like all of my EDC for summertime. I don't like a lot of bulk, and a lot of bulk does come from wallets. So having that wallet here is really nice. So it's going to be able to fit up to 3 cards. It's a good price on this as well, $32.99, but of course you can use that discount code down in the description. But you're going to get a wallet for 3 cards. As you guys can see, I even have my Costco membership here. But what's nice is you have complete security on the back. Number 1, because there's no way for the cards to slip out. And also number 2, because this is going to have RFID blocking technology. So getting your cards out, very easy. They do just kind of latch in there. Listen to this. They go in there, and of course, if you shake them, they're not going to come out at all. You do just kind of pull them up, use exactly whatever you need, and when you're done, put it back in. But again, multifunction. What's nice is it's going to have that stand, so we can attach that. And what you can do is you can use it in 3 different positions. So we can use it vertically just like this, right? You can take it just like that, kind of put it in like a floating mode where the phone is perfectly vertical as well. Or you can even flip this and use it in portrait mode, of course at multiple angles. So you can use that for watching all of your favorite content, your favorite Brian's Tech video, am I right? So you can go ahead, do that, of course, at any of those angles, and you will be good to go. Now this is going to have those 12N magnets in here. So that means this thing is going to be very strong when it comes to the magnets on there. Of course, you guys know Banks MagSafe is really good. So is the MagSafe on their magnetic wallet stand. Which, speaking of which, let's just go ahead and test out that MagSafe just so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. And yeah, I mean, you're going to have to give it a good shake for any of your chargers to come off. It's going to work well on your nightstand, on your car mounts, with all of your MagSafe accessories. You're not going to have any issues. So my case has been that Banks Armor Pro Aurora, just like my wallet has. And of course, you can also get it in just the regular 600D black. And yes, the Android users out there, I know some of you guys want these MagSafe accessories. Banks does come out with cases for that. And of course, it's going to work on your Ultra and other Android devices as well. So all links are down in the description below. It will be the first link down in the description, as well as the discount code. And a huge thank you to Banks for sponsoring today's video. Let's check out the rest of my EDC. Now, next up, like I said, I'm an Apple person, so you know I have to have my AirPods. And I do use the AirPods Pro 2. And this is gonna be the Pitaka Mag Easy case for the AirPods Pro. Now, it's a little bit steep in price. It's going to be $69, but you're getting good protection with this case. It is very nice and slim. It has all of the proper cutouts there. You have your little lanyard, you have your lightning port or your USB port there, your different speakers right there. It's going to open very easily with no issues. And what I do love about this is, even though it's so thin, it is going to still be MagSafe compatible. So I always charge my AirPods. That's why I don't really care to have the USB-C versions of them. I never plug my AirPods in. They always get charged with MagSafe. So for me, it's super important to make sure that I have a case that I can use with MagSafe. You know, Pitaka, they have good, strong MagSafe. It's gonna work just fine. So it's gonna be made out of that 600D aramid fiber, and it does come in a few other different patterns. But the biggest thing for me is that it's thin, and that it has MagSafe. I have a bunch of AirPods cases, and some are super thick. They have great MagSafe, but they're like a little brick in your pocket. Whereas this is not much thicker at all than the AirPods themselves. So that is a huge win for me. That is why the Pitaka Mag Easy case has been on my AirPods. All right, now we've talked about the phone, the wallet, the AirPods. We gotta talk about what else is in that pocket. And that's gonna be your keys. Now, I don't like my keys all loose and jingling around and all that other stuff. I don't have too many of them, so I always want a good key organizer. And that's where the Journey Locate Urban Key Organizer is going to come into play. So, why is it called the Locate? Well, this is gonna have Find My built into it. So, what it is this is going to be your mechanism right here, your battery, as well as just the entire chip for the Find My. It's gonna hold up to 6 keys, which I do have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys in here at the current moment. Super, super easy to install. It does have this screw right there. You just unscrew it, align your keys, and that's it. That's also gonna come with a multi-tool. I don't really care to use it, but if you want to, it has a bottle opener. You can kind of use it as like a screwdriver or a pry tool, and it is going to give you thumb studs. So if you want, you can have it in here. Use this to open up all of your keys with the thumb stud. I personally just prefer it this way, but the biggest thing for me with this is going to be the Find My. Now, for that price, it is worth it in my opinion. The price on it's going to be $89.99, but in order to make sure that you never lose your keys, that's worth it for me. But it does have live tracking on Apple Find My, and you can play a sound through it if you lose it. So I'm just going to show you here. Let me see if I can pull up that Find My app real quick. And just to show you guys, it is going to work. Don't really want to give away too much information right there of where it is, but that is my keys. I did name it Brian's Keys. And of course, you can play your sound to make sure that you can find it. So let's listen to that. And of course, we can hit stop and stop that, and you can get your directions to it. So that's a huge thing for me to have Find My on my keys. There's been times where I've misplaced my keys and I'm just looking for them for 20, 30, 40 minutes. With this, I can avoid that, and that way I can make sure I have keys to my house, I have keys to my office, to all different places right here with me. It does come in a few different colors. This is the leather version, comes in like 3 different colors. They also have another version that's either plastic or aluminum. I, of course, went with leather because I just think it's so much cleaner and it looks great. But this thing is really, really nice. I've been super happy with it, and it's absolutely going to keep living on my keys because having that Find My is super crucial to me. Now, it's going to have its own proprietary charger. You guys can see that right there. All it is, it's basically like a MagSafe charger for your Mac, right? But it just flips, it lays kind of down onto the charger. Charges it pretty quick, but you just plug it up. It's USB-C to their proprietary cable. You just magnetize it, leave them down, a little while goes by, and you have 100% battery, and it's gonna last you for months. So super, super worth it in my opinion. 90 bucks, 100% I would go out there and spend that if I was to lose that today. So my keys definitely have to go with the Journey Locate Urban Key Organizer. Now speaking of keys, this is another accessory that lives on my keychain, and it serves a great purpose. You know, as a tech person, as a tech head, you want to make sure you always have some way to charge your phone. You want to have a USB-C cable if possible, but nobody wants to lug around an old big old thick USB-C cable. Well, that's where the Nomad Charge Key comes in. So this is it. This is all it is, right? It's a USB Type-C to a USB Type-C cable right there. All it is a keychain. So what it does is it does magnetize to itself, so it's not going to go anywhere. And this is going to provide you with a USB-C cable as an emergency if you ever need it. Now, it's not just any old USB-C cable. This is going to give you up to 240 watts of charging, and it's going to give you up to 10 gigabits per second of transfer speeds. So it's going to be a serious cable. This isn't just some USB-C cable that you get off Amazon that's like $1, $2, $10, and it breaks in a couple days. No, this is going to be a very powerful cable. And of course, it's going to be able to charge your phone. So all we have to do is, this is going to be the next EDC item right here actually, but while it's in my hand, what we can do is we can take it, go ahead and plug this into our iPhone, and there we go. We're immediately charging, wired to a MagSafe battery pack, and you can just take that and, you know, lay it down. If you're at a restaurant, whatever, you can even take it and just kind of set them like that. And that's what's nice about this folding. And let's say that, of course, hypothetically, this isn't a MagSafe battery pack. Super low profile, very nice and easy to use, and I really have been enjoying it. This thing, like I said, has been living on my keys because you never know when you're going to need a USB Type-C cable. I hate carrying one around, and the Nomad Charge Key definitely makes it easy to have one when you need it. Especially as a content creator, I'm constantly transferring files. This makes it very, very easy. So Nomad Charge Key definitely is going to keep being in my EDC for summer 2025. Now you got a sneak peek on the next product. Next, you're gonna need a MagSafe battery pack. At least I do. And this one is super thin, but works really, really well. We're gonna talk about the Pitaka Aramid Fiber MagSafe battery pack. Now, just looking at how thin this thing is, let me just put it next to my phone here before we magnetize. Do you see how thin that is right there? I mean, I just want to bring over my caliper to just show like 8.5 millimeters, 8.6 millimeters thick. Just to compare that to the phone here in the case, we're looking at 10.7. So it's going to be thinner than your phone, but it's going to be a 5,000 milliamp hour Qi 2 MagSafe battery pack. What does all that mean? So it's going to mean that you're going to get up to like 61% of charge from your phone being dead to the battery pack being dead. On an iPhone 16 Pro Max, about 61% in about 2.5 hours. So it's not going to give you, multiple charges or anything like that, but this is an EDC item, everyday carry. This is just there to make sure that I get my way through the day. So the way it's going to work is it's going to have a little button right here. We can click that and you're going to get your little LED indicators right there. They're kind of faint, but they do work. You got 4 of them right there. Obviously 0 to 25%, 25 to 50. Let me click that again. 50 to 75 or 75 to 100% when it's full. Of course, just go ahead and attach it and there you go. You're going to be charging right there. It's going to have very nice, strong magnets. We can sit here, shake it and shake it. It's going to be good to go. And what I love is that it's super, super thin, compact. You can slide it in your shirt pocket, in your fanny pack, in any pocket that you want, anywhere. Just throw it in your cup holder, wherever you put stuff, purses, suitcases, carry-on bags, backpacks. It's super nice and thin, does not get too hot. It's gonna have a little bit of heat, but most MagSafe battery packs do. Of course, it's just wirelessly charging, doesn't get uncontrollably hot. And for how thin it is, I really like having this as an EDC. You can even take it, go ahead and put it in your pocket just like this, and your pocket doesn't bulge out a bunch or anything like that because of how super thin this thing is. So the price on it's going to be $69.99. You're looking at 70 bucks, but that's kind of on par with a lot of other good high quality Qi 2 MagSafe battery packs. And what's nice about this one is it's one of the thinnest ones on the market that's actually good. So I really like the Pitaka Aramid Fiber MagSafe battery pack. This has been and will continue to be in my summer EDC because of just how thin, how light, how portable it is, and it has saved my butt a few times already when my phone was hitting that 10%, that little warning makes me a little nervous. So I go ahead and take that. Of course, with that 15 watts of wireless charging, it's going to charge my phone up fairly quickly and it'll work just fine. So yes, of course, the Pitaka MagSafe battery pack had to be in my EDC. And last but not least, I always have a knife on me when I'm going out and about somewhere. You never know. As a tech reviewer, as a content creator, I get so many packages in, whether I'm buying something or something gets sent to me. I always use it to open my boxes. You never know if you have kids. I have a small child. There's lots of kids' toys and stuff that have zip ties and all that you need to cut open. Sometimes, the kid's fussing and you just got to do it quick. Come on, you got to get to it. So that's why I carry the Benchmade Bug Out. I absolutely love this knife. First of all, it is super light. It's going to have CPM S30V steel. Of course, you're getting ambidextrous thumb studs as well as axis locks. It's going to be a completely ambidextrous knife. That's just how you're going to close it right there. And then no matter which way you want to carry it, you're going to get a pocket clip here that you can put on this side, you can put it on this side, and you will be good to go. So whichever way you want to carry it, you have a very nice, comfortable, super light knife that's going to have a nice grip on the scales right here. Everything just checks all the boxes about it. You can kind of quickly open it right there, axis lock folding in, and everything works really well with this knife. I use this knife a lot, and it's still in very good condition, and I think it's going to end up staying that way. So I really love this knife. It's always in my pocket. You guys have seen it in my videos before. I actually originally had a green one, went out and bought a black one just because I loved the way it looked. So Benchmade Bug Out, this is the 535 BK2. Highly recommend. It's a little steep in the price point, 190 bucks, but excellent knife, super high quality. If you guys know anything about knives, I mean, Benchmade is one of those companies that has a very good reputation, and a lot of people love their Benchmade knives, especially the Bug Out. So Benchmade Bug Out has been in the EDC, will continue to be in that EDC. So that's going to be my summer 2025 everyday carry. Let me know what you guys think about my list. Let me know what's your everyday carry. I can't wait to kind of see what accessories you guys use. That way, maybe I can check some of that out, get that in, see what it is. Maybe I'll add that to my EDC. And let me know if you guys saw anything here that you like that you want to add to your EDC. Of course, all links are down in the description below, as well as any discount codes that I have. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to make these videos consistently for you. And if you guys want to see my best charging accessories video for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which has some excellent charging accessories, I'll leave that right there. And if you guys want to see my full review of the Banks Armor Pro that I went through the entire whole thing, reviewed the entire case, I'll leave that video right here.